You think people hurt you because you are too nice. That is not why. People hurt you because they can feel the transaction underneath your kindness. You call it being caring. They experience it as pressure. You answer messages instantly. You apologize before anyone is angry. You laugh too hard at weak jokes. You explain yourself before anyone even questions you. You keep checking their tone for signs you did something wrong. You think this makes you safe. It does the opposite, because people trust confidence more than compliance. And deep down, you already know that. You have watched people respect the person who says less, the person who leaves conversations early, the person who does not chase, the person who can tolerate being misunderstood. That bothers you because you were taught the reverse. You were taught that acceptance is earned through emotional labor. So you became useful, available, predictable, easy to consume. Then one day you noticed something disturbing. The more you tried to keep people comfortable, the less careful they became with you. That is not random. There is a psychological mechanism underneath it. Most people never notice it. You probably already have. It is called covert contract behavior. You give something without saying the price, then silently expect loyalty, affection, honesty, or respect in return. You never state the contract out loud, but your nervous system acts like it exists. That changes your behavior in ways people can feel immediately. You become hyper-attentive, over-accommodating, emotionally negotiable, and people unconsciously downgrade you for it. Not because they are evil, because your behavior signals dependency. Dependency changes power. That is the part nobody explains. Power is not controlled by who gives more. Power is controlled by who needs less. The person most afraid of disconnection always loses control first. You see this in relationships. One person keeps sending paragraphs. The other responds with one sentence. One person rearranges their entire schedule. The other barely notices. One person monitors every emotional shift. The other stays emotionally still. And somehow the anxious person always ends up feeling invisible, not because they loved too much, because they abandoned themselves while trying to secure someone else. You also see this at work. The employee who never says no becomes everybody's emergency contact. They answer messages late at night, fix mistakes they did not create, accept disrespect disguised as urgency, then wonder why promotions keep passing them. Because reliability without boundaries becomes servitude. People start treating access to you like a public utility. Unlimited, expected, unquestioned. The same thing happens in families, especially dysfunctional ones. One person becomes the emotional regulator for everybody else. They absorb tension, prevent conflict, translate emotions, calm explosions, and slowly disappear. The family praises them for being mature. What they really mean is controllable. That word changes everything once you notice it. Controllable people are rewarded early. Children learn this fast. The child who never causes problems gets approval. The child who suppresses anger gets called good. The child who anticipates everyone's emotions becomes necessary. Then they grow into adults who confuse self-erasure with love. That pattern follows them everywhere. Relationships, friendships, work, even strangers. You can watch it happen in real time. Someone interrupts them. They smile. Someone cancels plans repeatedly. They excuse it. Someone disrespects them. Subtly, they rationalize it. Because confrontation feels more dangerous than resentment. So resentment accumulates quietly. That resentment eventually mutates, not into confidence, into hidden hostility. This is why some nice people become cruel without warning. Years of suppressed anger suddenly surface, not because they changed, because the mask cracked. The kindness was never fully clean. Part of it was fear of rejection, fear of abandonment, fear of becoming unlovable once they stop performing. And people sense performed kindness, even when they cannot explain it. That is why forced agreeableness creates distrust. Your words say comfort. Your nervous system says desperation. Humans detect contradictions faster than language. That is the mechanism most people never fully see. The more disconnected you are from your own anger, the easier you are to manipulate, because anger protects boundaries. Without it, you negotiate against yourself. You start offering access before trust is earned. You reveal too much too early. You over-explain, overgive, overstay, then feel shocked when people take advantage. But exploitation usually begins with permission, silent permission. That realization changes how you see almost everyone, especially the people who call themselves empaths. Many are not reading emotions, they are scanning for danger. That is different, very different. Once you notice this pattern in yourself, do not swing to the opposite extreme. Coldness is not power. Detachment is not strength. You do not need to become cruel. You need to become harder to control. That starts with one behavior. Pause before automatically agreeing. Even 3 seconds changes the dynamic. People are used to your instant compliance. Silence interrupts the script. Second, stop explaining boundaries. Most over-explanations are requests for permission. A boundary explained too much becomes negotiable. And finally, pay attention to who becomes uncomfortable when you stop performing. That reaction reveals more than their words.